Example now. 100 years ago, Lebanese people was eating friki. Friki is a wheat burned, and but we lost this tradition. But now we come back to this tradition because the friki is coming from the real wheat, Lebanese wheat, original Lebanese wheat varieties. And we promote these varieties and we introduced again these varieties. And now Lebanese people are eating more and more friki. So whatever can happen as a strategy in the dry arc can affect Lebanon and can affect other people. Can affect Lebanon with different varieties of cereals or legumes or not the problem. The system is how you can demonstrate or how you can show to Lebanese people that is good for your health and that is good for your body, for protein, and etc. etc. And in LARI we are working on that. I created a new department in LARI called nutrition, and we are studying the nutrition facts and we are giving diets and regime to first for staff and then for everyone, because I wanted that every Lebanese, what was the thing he is eating, he must know what is inside and what amount of calorie and amount of carbohydrates. No, the Lebanese people knows a lot about this. New technologies, yes. New crops, and yes. Let me give you an example. We have wine production in Lebanon. An excellent production, an excellent quality of wine. But all varieties were imported from France and from Europe. We have local grapes in Lebanon. LARI, we preserved them, and we have about 45 local varieties of grapes in Lebanon. And we managed with some winery to make a local wine from local grapes in Lebanon, white wine, called Obaidi. Obaidi is the name of the grapes. And actually now, this wine is the best on the local market and is demanded extremely high in the international market because it is an excellent wine. And we are doing the same with other varieties of grapes. We are doing the same with other varieties of chickpea or other varieties of lentils. Yes, the local industry, food industry, food processing is growing. They are also going to rural industry, rural food industry involved women in it, such apricot and peaches and pickles and etc. We introduced also, for example, caper production in some arid area, and local women are working now on caper pickles to produce these caper products and to sell it on the market. I believe that not only from humid region you can have food. You can have food from everywhere if you know how to find or how to protect or to process or to eat. The example that in dry region people are living, and in the humid region the people are living the same way. Take for example dates. Take for example grapes and figs and almond and all these things that were found and still in dry area. Take for example goat. Local goats, they are supporting extremely high temperature, and we were living on goat milk and goat cheese and labni, not cow. Cow was introduced in Lebanon. Cow was introduced in the dry arc. And I believe small ruminants are better adapted for dry arc and now when we talk about healthy diet, we are talking about goat milk and not about cow milk. We have to show what is the most important. In dry arc, there are a lot of important varieties, vegetables and animal varieties, that we must show the importance of them and go to produce more and more, or to convince people. And people are convinced. Take, for example, 1 kilo of cow cheese and 1 kilo of goat cheese. Goat cheese is triple price of the cow cheese because is more demanded on the market and is much healthier for human being. Are trying to do that for wine, for olive oil, and for local cheese, goat cheese, and even we did it for potato. We managed to export Lebanese potato to Holland. Of course, respecting all norms, using chemicals, etc., etc. And we are producing fruits and exporting fruits to EU. Grapes and cherries. Lebanon is famous for its cherries. And I believe that also we can export to Europe many kind of seeds like friki or many kind of burgul or many kind of lentils, local lentils. You know, European people, they like the Mediterranean food, and the Mediterranean food, most of it is dry food. It's food from dry region, you know. And yes, we can have a niche, we can have a market. If we can practice good way of processing and we respect the norms, yes, we can have. Is water. Because water is a major factor actually. Why it is a dry area? Because of scarcity of water, you know. And then you have other many things, but the water is the first major thing that we must work on in dry area. And water is water for human consumption, for agriculture, for industry, and what is coming from water, the pollution, the polluted water, how we can reuse the polluted water, and how we can economize water for the future, mainly the underground water for the future, because we don't know what will be the weather and what will be the amount of water in the future. If we don't have enough water in the future and we use the underground water, what we can do? National expertise, yes, how to treat the water, because there is many theory about the water treatment and garbage treatment, and so we have to work on it and we have to solve it, mainly in Lebanon, because we have a big problem of sewage and garbage. Until now, we didn't. We are not okay. We didn't agree on a solution for both of them. For that reason, the pollution is spread everywhere. But yes, what we need from the international expertise is, yes, to help us how to reuse our water. And we are working on it with IMI actually now in agriculture, how to treat our sewage and garbage, and how to harvest our rainfall. We have scarcity of water in Lebanon, but if we can catch more water, more rainfall, we can have more water for the future. And we have to, let me give you an example. If you have 1 liter of water for yourself, what you will do with this water? You will drink it, or you will use it for your food production, or you will keep it for the future. I believe we have to keep the third for the future. We have to use the third for industry and for agriculture, but also using the water, the treated water in it, and we have to use the third for human consumption. This is the best way to use 1 liter of water if I have it. Yes, of course, because Lebanon is known to be attached to international policies. For example, now Lebanon, they are waiting money from CIDR, program CIDR from Europe, you know. And when you are a donor, now you can impose your strategy, you can impose your politics. Mainly in ecology and in human being wealth. I'm not talking about other things. Yes, I believe that international policies and politics can have an impact on local policy.
So donors, through research,
yes,
can really impact on this agenda of dietary change, clean water.
Yes. For example, Coca-Cola, we worked with Coca-Cola and with ICARDA on grey water. We worked with FAO and ICARDA on the reuse of treatment water in agriculture. And now when the government decide to treat the water, the sewage, they have results that we did our research many years ago. The results are here to show to them that the water, treated water, can be used in agriculture. So this is a way how can donors affect the international, the national strategy or national action taken by government or by other institutions. We receive many delegations from Africa, from Nigeria, from KSA, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, and from Arab countries, because they heard about our labs and they came to us and we showed to them how we installed this lab and how we are functioning and how this lab is independent, because when you are dealing with food security, you have to be 100% independent, because you are dealing with the health of human being in any country. So LARI became a center for training about this issue for many countries in the south. And also we became a center of training for many things dealing with agriculture, mainly with plant protection, since we have the widest lab of plant protection in the Middle East. So we are receiving a lot of delegation and we are giving them workshops and training about quarantine disease and the pest and since we have an application about early warning system, and this application was chosen 3 times as the best application in Arab world. So we are giving to farmers all information needed about whether, when to irrigate, when to control, when to use chemicals, when there is an insect or a disease. And this application is now many Arab countries and many South countries are asking us how we managed to implement and to use this application, smart application, with zero cost for us and for the farmer. And to send all this information, which are very useful for farmers and even for human beings.
So the
South cooperation can be very fruitful and positive, yes. You know why? Because sometimes some South countries don't like to go to North. They like to go to other South countries, because they believe that they are equal and they are on the same level. I'm sorry to say that, but sometimes this is the fact, you know.
But why did we lose so much time? Because the tendency has been to look towards the north in Europe.
Because I'm sorry to say, sometimes in the south region, we don't look far from our nose. Sometimes we are blind. Sometimes we don't appreciate what we have and what capacity we have and what we can do. But now with all communication and with the development of the world, now they are touching that they can do many things. And they can be independent and they can develop themselves. And they must, because South region can be a developed region, not non-developed region.
Is the
Can be, because in some European projects, when you have a research project, they ask you to be 3 parts. one from the north and two south-south, to promote the cooperation south-south. And we have a lot of projects funded by EU, for example, France or Italy or Spain or Germany, but from the south we have Lebanon, Jordan, Lebanon, Tunisia, Lebanon, Egypt, to promote this cooperation south-south. No, I think that the European countries, they were smart when they obliged us to work together to receive funds.